Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Are you in a hurry? Well, I am. But as a paralyzed veteran, I had to overcome incredible challenges just to regain my independence and return to work. Finding a parking space shouldn't be one of them. Illegally parking in spaces reserved for people with disabilities is not only wrong, it's against the law. So please, think twice before pulling into a reserved parking spot. Even if it's just for a minute, it's 60 seconds too long. This has been a public service announcement from United Spinal Association.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. In USM campus news, Southern Miss School of Humanities offering new degree in philosophy, religion, and law. There is a new undergraduate degree program at USM which offers students critical thinking, writing, and reading comprehension skills while examining contemporary topics related to the human condition. The Philosophy, Religion, and Law Interdisciplinary degree, also known as PRL. Dr. Paula Smithka, the program director, has this to say, quote, "The PRL major equips students to pursue a variety of careers and advanced degrees in any field that places a premium on critical thinking, clear writing, and judicious deliberation in ethical analysis. Such skills are of particular importance in law, management, public relations and communication, policymaking and analysis, education, healthcare-related fields, and civic and religious leadership," end quote. Ruttman leading Southern Miss esports program. Trace Ruttman has taken on the role as esports program director with the union department at USM earlier this year. He leads a staff of more than 10 graduate and undergraduate students while also managing more than a dozen competitive teams in games such as Apex Legends, Call of Duty, iRacing, League of Legends, Madden NFL, and more. Ruttman states the following about his new position, quote, "I'm thrilled to be here at the University of Southern Mississippi. Since I came on board this summer, I've enjoyed leading the Southern Miss esports team in its pursuit of ambitious goals in competition, academics, and entertainment. We have a passionate and driven group, and it's an absolute honor to serve as its leader," end quote. In Hattiesburg news, questions raised about transport of monkeys and whether regulations are sufficient. It's been 1 week when a truck carrying monkeys overturned, and there is still much more to be learned about it. Dr. Lisa Jones-Engel, PETA's senior science advisor for primate experimentation, states the following, quote, "I don't think the public understands there are thousands of monkeys crisscrossing our roads every year. And accidents like these really rip off the veil of secrecy that the industry is desperate to keep hidden. They were refusing to acknowledge the presence of these unattended, dangerous zoonotic pathogens in the animals that they were using for experimentation. It's like the Wild West, because they have 4 years counted on the fact that no one would look. No one would challenge them. And that era is no more because, again, you have monkeys running around your backyard. People are paying attention around the country and around the world," end quote. In Mississippi news, Democrats break Republican supermajority in Mississippi Senate. A 13-year-long supermajority in the Mississippi State Senate has been broken after Tuesday's election. This election arrived after a federal judge ruled that this Mississippi Supreme Court electoral map, for illegally diluting the votes of black citizens. With said maps redrawn, 6 Senate seats and 1 House seat were up for grabs. With the recent election of Johnny Dupree and Theresa Gispelli, Isom, the supermajority, which the Republicans had at 36 seats, has now dropped to 34 seats. Although the Republicans still hold majority, some things can be swayed with the new seats. Governor Reeves outlines Mississippi's plan for ensuring quality, accessible health care for rural areas by 2031. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves announced on Tuesday that the state submitted an application to receive grant funds from the Federal Rural Health Transformation Plan. The Governor Reeves administration is hoping to use the money to meet each state's specific needs for expanding healthcare access in rural communities. Governor Tate Reeves reveals the following, quote, "The Rural Health Transformation Program is a once-in-a-lifetime generation opportunity to make a lasting impact on the health of rural communities. While Mississippi has long faced challenges in delivering access to quality health care in rural areas, our plan is designed to address those challenges head on. We are ready to implement our plan with accountability, transparency, and results-driven oversight," end quote. In national news, SNAP benefits will restart, but will be half the normal amount paid and delayed. The Trump administration says it will restart SNAP benefits, but only will give half the amount people normally get. This decision came after 2 federal judges ruled that freezing payments for the country's biggest anti-hunger program is unlawful. Democracy Forward President and CEO Sky Perryman said this in a statement, quote, "It shouldn't take a court order to force our president to provide essential nutrition that Congress has made clear needs to be provided. But since that is what it takes, we will continue to use the courts to protect the rights of the people," end quote. Trump says he could send Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines into U.S. cities if it was necessary. President Donald Trump told reporters on Wednesday that he has the authority to send U.S. military forces beyond the National Guard into U.S. cities, claiming not even the courts could stop him. President Trump states the following, quote, "You know, if I want to enact a certain act, I'm allowed to do it routinely." This quote comes from the apparent reference to the Insurrection Act, which allows the military to act in a law enforcement capacity to suppress a rebellion or quell domestic violence, the authority that has not been invoked by a U.S. president in more than 30 years. President Trump continues by stating, quote, "And I'd be allowed to do whatever I want. But we haven't chosen to do that because we're very well. We're doing very well without it. But I'd be allowed to do that. You understand that? And the courts wouldn't get involved. Nobody would get involved. And I could send Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I could send anybody I wanted. But I haven't done that because we're doing so well without it," end quote. We'll be right back with sports and weather after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now on for your sports. The Southern Miss men's basketball team opens up the home schedule on Thursday as they play Tougaloo tonight at 7 p.m. in Reed Green Coliseum. Make sure to purchase your tickets. After a fun opening night win versus Northern Illinois, the Lady Eagles are back at Reed Green Friday and Monday as they face William Carey on Education Day and Blue Mountain Christian. Join us for the Golden Eagle Hotline Thursday, November 6th, 2025 at 8 o'clock p.m. live from Walk On Sports Bistro in Hattiesburg. Hosted by the voice of the Golden Eagles, John Cox, and featuring head football coach Charles Huff. The show offers fans exclusive insights into the Southern Miss football program as the 2025 season gets underway. Enjoy great food, meet fellow Golden Eagle fans, and get your questions answered live on air. Whether you're gearing up for game day or you just want an inside look at the team's preparation, the Golden Eagle Hotline is the place to be. Can't make it in person? Tune in on the Southern Miss Sports Network or stream it online to stay connected to the action. To keep up with all the Golden Eagle sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now on for your weather. It looks like we had some fog earlier this morning, but it's cleared up to show some mostly sunny skies with highs in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. There's a 20% chance of rain tonight with lows in the upper 50s. Friday has a 70% chance of rain and possible thunderstorms with the highs in the upper 70s and lows in the lower 60s. So maybe grab that umbrella if you're heading to class or to work. Saturday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with highs in the lower 80s and lows in the upper 50s. Sunday looks to have temperatures in the low 60s by the afternoon. Up next, we have Dolly Robinson recalling how being around music inspired her to become a band director. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Dolly Robinson grew up in a musical family, 2 blocks from what is now Jackson State University. She recalls how being surrounded by music inspired her to become a band director.
I was born right here in Jackson, Mississippi, about 2 blocks from Jackson State University. We went to public schools, and the public schools were very close around Jackson State University. Jim Hill School was right down the street, Sally Reynolds schools, all of those schools. And as I would pass by, it was in Jackson College. As I passed by Jackson College, I listened to all of the beautiful music that was going on, and they had music on the outside and on the inside and everywhere. So as I grew up, I became very interested in music. I had a family of musicians, and they all played. A lot of them played by ear. And my uncle, of course, played trumpet at the various saloons. So I was sort of surrounded by music. Now, what's strange about it is I was the only one who decided they were going to be a musician. All of us had to learn music. My brother, my sister, all of us had to learn. But I wanted to be a musician.
To learn more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or visit cohch.org. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was our Mississippi Moments. Coming up, we've got some special guests that you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from Furniture Direct, with locations in Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Columbia. Are you looking for a deal? Lots of styles on a good value? You can find them on Facebook at Furniture Direct Hattiesburg for the latest specials and promotions. Or you can shop anytime at FurnitureDirectNow.com. You can see why Furniture Direct is your furniture destination.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Brooke Morison and Rheagan Case. Hey, how are the both of you doing?
Good.
We're so good.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So, first and foremost, for anyone who doesn't know the two of you, can you both give yourselves like a little introduction?
I'm Brooke Morison. I'm in the combo program, the Master's PhD combo program here at USM in the English department. I like to study literature, but also do a little creative writing.
Awesome. And how about you?
I am Rheagan, and I'm a second-year PhD student here in creative writing, and my emphasis is in poetry.
Okay.
I also like to write a little bit, but we both also teach here, and we're both fully involved with our program, and we're both a part of EGO as well. Okay,
awesome. So with this main event, can you tell us about the Almost Underground reading series?
Yeah, so the Almost Underground series is for our graduate student creative writers or lit students who like creative writing. We have events that are once a month in the fall semester and the spring semester, usually 3 events per semester.
Okay.
To give our students an opportunity to read some of their work and get support from other people in the program and from the general public who come out and like listening to literature.
Okay, I love that. It like really provides a chance for like you to either get feedback on your work or else like just having it like be like breathed new life.
Exactly.
So that's absolutely amazing. How did the series get started?
It's been around for a really long time.
Yeah.
I am not 100% sure exactly how it got started. It's been around so long. We've had several different meeting places that we've met at throughout the years. Currently, we're meeting at Southern Prohibition, the brewery downtown on Mobile Street. But yeah, it's been around for a really long time.
Okay. And how did the both of you come to be involved with this series, and what does it mean to you?
So Brooke here has put together all of our almost underground readings this semester.
Okay.
So me, a little bit adjacent. I'm an EGO officer for Creative Writing Day, but I've also participated in some of the readings that we've had since I've been a student here. But I'm a poet, so I use this as an experience to share my work, kind of get some feedback, but also get a little bit of practice with getting out of my comfort zone and having my work heard out loud and kind of getting a public reaction to it as well. But you have a greater involvement with...
Yeah, I am a part of EGO, obviously, and I had signed up to be a coordinator if they needed somebody, and I'm really glad that they allowed me to do this because it's given me a really good opportunity to get to know a lot of people in the department that I haven't met yet, and a lot of the general public who likes to come to these events and who has an appreciation for literature. Also has helped me get out of my comfort zone because I have to be the MC and talking on the microphone. And then
I see.
I'll be reading some of my work at the one that we're having tomorrow, so that's also going to be a nice little step out of what I normally do. I'm just thankful to be involved.
Awesome. So what drew you to the EGO reading series in particular?
I like how laid back it is and how it's kind of an environment for our writers and people who support our writers to come together in kind of a non-formal environment and listen to literature. And then after we have our readings, there's an opportunity to kind of network and hang out with each other. And it's just really low pressure, no pressure kind of environment. And it's really appealing, especially for people who don't want to, I guess, go to higher pressure environments. You know, so it's been a really good opportunity and a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a story that goes along with it or no?
My participation in it so far, I hope to participate more in the future. What initially drove me and what I enjoy about the event is that I get to participate with like some of the like mixed genre. So I get to hear, we have workshops here at USM where I'm in a classroom with a lot of poets and we get to hear each other's work in there and we get to workshop those, but I don't get to hear much from fiction because I'm not a part of those workshops. So this is a opportunity for me to hear some of my other classmates writing in like different settings, different public settings that are really fun. Like Brooke said, the little mixers after kind of participating with everybody in the community and in the department is super fun to me.
Awesome. Well, that's absolutely. As I already mentioned, like being able to breathe life into like these stories or to these poems or just like these original works. It's already like if you look at like the South in general, like there's a lot of like culture that comes with like creation and like creativity, but like there's also like not that many opportunities to actually like put yourself out there. And like there's so many things that like people will make like YouTube channels about it, but like it's so great to have like something local to be able to like really as you put it earlier, put yourself in like a not as stressful situation, but be able to really like take in and like live this moment. And I love that. Absolutely. So is there a certain piece or selection that you're presenting, and how did you choose it?
I'll be reading some of my poetry tomorrow. I'm a literature student, so I'm not in the creative writing side.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting having all these awesome poets like Rheagan listening to my stuff for the first time. Some of the pieces that I'm going to be reading tomorrow are about Hurricane Katrina. Since we're kind of on the 20th anniversary, I wrote some Hurricane Katrina pieces and then some political poetry as well.
Okay. Nice. And do you have anything that you're presenting or no?
I'm not presenting tomorrow, sadly. I hope to present at least one of the underground readings next semester. But I'll also probably be presenting poetry in the future. I'm a poet. I might mess around and talk about some of my short stories, maybe. It depends if I gain the confidence in the future to do that.
I get that. So what kind of audience do you hope to reach with this reading?
Anybody who wants to show up. Honestly, we are welcoming to anybody and everybody who wants to listen to some fiction and some poetry. We have a lot of USM students who come, and then some people from the general public. We're hoping to get more of the general public to come and, listen to what our writers have put together. But as far as reaching anybody specific, honestly, it's whoever wants to listen.
Okay. I love that. And after this reading, what are you excited about next? So, like projects or collaborations or anything like that?
I'm most excited about Creative Writing Day that's going to happen again next semester, if Rheagan wants to say more about that.
Sure.
Yeah, so we just completed our Creative Writing Day this past Saturday. And Creative Writing Day is another opportunity that we use with EGO and the English department to reach out to the public, but also get some of our students and faculty involved with presenting workshops, whether it be poetry, fiction, hybrid, what have you. But we kind of use this as a different opportunity and a way for more of the public to interact and participate rather than maybe just listening at an almost underground reading. This past Saturday, we had over 30 participants show up, either from USM or in the community, and we had 8 workshops ranging from hybrid, fiction, poetry, and each of the workshops got each of the participants writing a little bit of something. So we hold those every semester, so we'll be having one in the spring. We don't know the date yet, so we'll y'all have to stick around and find out. But we'll
something to look forward to.
Yeah, something to look forward to. And we'll also be having a conference next semester as well as all of these new almost underground readings. So next semester is going to be packed full of stuff. It should be really fun.
Awesome. That's great. So how would each of you describe your style and process, whether it comes to writing or it comes to like providing help for like other writers?
Okay, yeah, I can. So I, as a poet, my style has really come from, or kind of just the act of watching and listening, and that can range so many different ways because we're taking amazing classes here at USM. It could be something that I hear in class, a concept that I hear in class, a line that sounds really interesting to me, something that I was reading that sparked something. But my process really comes from like being active and seeing and listening and just like everyday activities. And some of the greatest poems, or some of my best poems in my opinion, have like come from very small ideas and weird quirky things that I see out in nature or on campus or in the grocery store. But my writing style has changed a little bit over time. I used to be focused on trying to get the biggest audience I could, kind of write about really, really broad topics, which kind of led me to be a little bit vague in my writing. And so I've challenged myself to start writing as much as I can and more, writing a little bit of something every day, whether that be a line, whether that be a stanza, whether that be a little bit of a paragraph or something, just kind of to get some ideas on paper. And that's kind of my writing style for my poems. What about you?
Mine is a lot less, well, I'm not a creative writing major. So
Yeah, yeah.
usually when I'm writing something, it's highly introspective and because I'm feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I go back and edit just a little bit, but usually what I put down on paper is just what you get.
Yeah. No,
Pretty
I
simple.
love that. I love that because it's like it's like the spur in the moment thing.
Yes.
Where it's like it doesn't have to be like sometimes some artists will be able to like plan this like large woven web of like these intricacies, but that doesn't make it better than something that comes like, oh, there's something that I'm feeling right now, and it's like a guttural feeling, and it's so like deep, and it's so like natural, and it's so human, and like it's so I love it. I love it. I love it. So I know that we're running a little bit about time, running low on time, but what do you hope to amplify or encourage with this event?
We want to encourage more of our students to submit their writing and volunteer to read. And we
Yeah.
want to encourage the general public and USM students and faculty to come out and get to know us and hear some of the writing that our students have put together and have a good time.
Awesome. So just as a last question, something that I like to do with the guests, if you were to give a younger you some advice about like what you've learned up to this point, or you would want to give advice to like an aspiring poet or an aspiring creative writer or anyone that wants to potentially follow your footsteps, what would you tell them?
I think something that I would tell my younger self, but also I think it's applicable to maybe people that want to participate, like creative writing students in the Almost Underground series. Stuff that we put on is to not be so scared. Like this opportunity too, just being able to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. The worst that will happen is that you won't be able to do it. And just participating in as many opportunities as you can will get you more experience, will also like give open feedback and feedback that you can use in so many areas, whether it be at a reading like this, sharing your work. You'll get the comfortability of being able to know that you can do it, but also getting positive feedback as we always give to everybody that are reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great advice. So for me personally, if I were to say something to my younger self, I would say learn the techniques, learn the tips and the tricks, but at the end of the day, write what you want to write and don't worry about who is going to read it, because your writing will attract the right audience that it's for, whether or not you're trying to write for somebody specific.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much, Brooke Morison and Rheagan Case, for coming on today and providing a voice for Eagles. Make sure to check out these events that are coming up, because that would be absolutely amazing and a great opportunity for anyone who's interested in the arts. Or anyone that just wants to get involved. Coming up, we've got Kennedy Drake reporting on JB Boxing and Fitness, a source of inspiration and healing. Check it out.
For many boxers, the sport is more than competition. It's therapy that helps protect their mental health. JB Boxing and Fitness in Hattiesburg is home to a community of fighters who all train under founder Joshua Brown.
My main goal was to become a coach because I wanted to reach out into the community and help a whole lot of young men. I wanted to be the hero that I needed growing up.
Brown says he often teaches lessons that go far beyond the ring. One of his fighters, Tashawn Henley, used boxing to cope with previous financial and emotional challenges.
When your mind is telling you I'm tired, your mind telling you I can't run no more, I can't go no longer, like you challenge that every single day and then prove to yourself that I can. So like, in the long run, you start developing mental muscles just like you would physical muscles. And it just makes life a little bit easier.
Another fighter, Jaden Santos, found comfort in boxing after losing his job due to a back injury.
And I'm like, if you enjoy doing something that you don't want to do, I'm like, you literally will have the strongest will, and nobody can break your will. So yeah, I think for me, that's what boxing has done. It has really created a good work ethic even outside of boxing.
At JB Boxing and Fitness, the lessons learned inside the ring are helping fighters build strength, both physically and mentally. Kennedy Drake, WUSM.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Huge thanks to Liam Keenan, our audio engineer, and Daniel Page, our video engineer, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Rosines Monty, and our program director, Adeline Fields, and our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin. Don't forget to follow SM2 Media on social media. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker.